Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gaming Panda. Today we are playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and today we are playing as Yusei Fudo. You know what that means. We are playing his junk deck. Yeah, it's a complete and awful junk deck. Yep, junk monsters, junk synchron. Very cool. Now, obviously this is not a good junk deck because it doesn't have any Stardust monsters. Obviously, when you play a junk deck, it's not going to be just junk monsters. You're also going to have synchro monsters and other, not just synchro monsters, but Stardust monsters. So something more along the lines of this deck. But obviously you guys can see I'm still trying to get a few super rare, ultra rares. But for now, we're going to go ahead and use this deck, because this deck is a culmination of all the extra cards that you get that you're not necessarily using, and I want to show you guys that you can still maybe use them. So basically go to your text thing, search up junk, and then put together a deck using all these cards. It's not bad actually. If you actually think about it, it's not too bad. This deck can win. It's not going to be fantastic for most of ladder, but towards the beginning and the middle you can still win. And if you really want to try, you can maybe get this up to platinum, maybe, if you really push for it. It's not a good deck by any measure, but it's a decent deck. It's fun to play, very quick spammy synchro monsters. It's a nice deck to play. I like it. But we're gonna run 2 junk synchrons, 2 junk converters, 2 junk bladers, 2 junk breakers, 2 junk servants, 1 junk forward. If you have 2 copies of this, run 2 and only run 1 copy of junk changer. Run 2 copies of junk archer, 2 copies of junk changer, 2 copies of scrap fist, and then a mirror force and 2 wall of disruptions. So a lot of 2s here. Then for our extra deck, we're running 2 jerk berserkers, 1 junk Gardna, 2 junk warriors, and 3 junk archers. I personally like running 3 junk archers. You can run 2 and then maybe another Gardna or something else. It's up to you. Maybe you can, if you have it, you can run junk destroyer. Junk destroyer is the strongest junk monster in my opinion, because of the number of cards you can destroy. So, because like ideally you want to use 2 tuner monsters, and that drops off 2 cards on the field. Could be spell and trap cards, could be monsters, but the ability that we're running is tuning. All right, so tuning gives us a speed warrior in our graveyard, and then we can draw a junk synchron, activate its effect by normal summoning it, and get a junk warrior out there in 1 turn, as long as we take 1,000 damage. So I personally find that the best for this junk deck. But let's go ahead and get ourselves right into a duel. Alright, so we found ourselves an opponent here, and by no means do I expect to win this. We're playing against a Quentin, so yeah. We're definitely not going to be winning this, but I can see ourselves putting up a good fight. As long as we do that, I think that we can count this as a successful battle. Alright. 30 deck. Wow, okay. Nah, that is... Oh, he straight up surrendered. Cool! Wow, great. Alright, so that's how you guys play with the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys leave a like. I'm kidding. Alright, so let's actually get a duel. Alright, so we actually got ourselves an opponent here. They're playing Yami Yugi. Okay. So honestly, anything really, but we're probably facing off a magician deck. Magician deck. Okay, so once again we are 100% and utterly losing this one, but hey, you never know, and I think depending on what our next draw is, we could be summoning a synchro monster first turn. Hopefully it's junk warrior. That way we can go ahead and use scrap fist, because I barely get to use it, but it's nice to have. It's legitimately a nice card to have. It basically makes junk warrior impossible to destroy, except for it's impossible to destroy besides by card effects. And then your opponent can't activate card effects until the end of the phase or the beginning phase. So there is that. But we can go ahead and get junk warrior out there turn 1, which is really nice. We can special summon forward, normal summon anchor, go ahead and special summon warrior, go ahead and use these two as our synchro materials. And go ahead, summon it in attack position. We let the animation play out nowadays because I've decided that that might be a good idea and makes the duels less boring and not just card. You get some interactions there. But we can go ahead and activate Scrap Fist from our hand and attach it to Junk Warrior there. We don't need to activate two. There's no point in activating the second one. Now we can go ahead and set Wall of Disruption, and then we can battle, and we should be able to deal quite a bit of damage here. And we do. Alright. Didn't have anything in his hand, so there is that. And he couldn't even activate it even if he wanted to. And depending on what he summons or what he gets out there, we should be able to activate Wall of Disruption, negate the attack, or, you know, lessen the blow, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. He gets rid of what? What is he banishing? He's banishing Junk Warrior. Okay. And he's got Dark Magic. Oh, okay. Okay, I see that. Alright. I probably should have set the second Scrap Fist and activated it, but that was during the main phase, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. I don't see us being able to get a second Junk Warrior out there. Unless, actually, we could get a second Junk Warrior out there, but it seems like he is going to activate Secrets of Dark Magic and then be able to attack again and finish us off turn 2. Or turn 3. Well, yeah, turn 3. So unfortunately, we do lose this, but you guys can see how we could have won here. So let's say he ended his turn there, right? So we have our tuning effect. So tuning would activate. We send Junk Warrior, I believe it is. Junk Warrior to, not Junk Warrior. Something, the level 2 monster that we get from tuning. What is it? It's Speed Warrior. We can send Speed Warrior to the graveyard, and then that allows us to draw a Junk Synchron. Instead, we can summon Junk Synchron and then activate its effect to bring Speed Warrior back onto the field. Activate Scrap Fist once we synchro summon a second Junk Warrior, and then we can attack and go for the win since he can't activate during battle phase. So there is that. If he wasn't able to use the fusion monster, then we would have won. Otherwise, so it was either I lose that turn or we win the next turn. So it's fine. I mean, I expected that, to be honest, to lose there, but it's okay. You guys saw we had a win condition. We could have won there if things went our way. Let's say he didn't get that off, or let's say he didn't have a Dark Magician in his hand. We would have won. There were multiple places where we could have won. It just happened to be that he had a Dark Magic fusion monster availability stuff. I don't even know what it is. But that was a thing that he could have done. So there is that. Also, we did have 2 Scrap Fists in our hands, which, you know, really lucky. So, you know, it was a 50-50 shot who won there. But you guys saw we got a fusion monster out there first turn, and we could have done his second turn as well. But, you know, the duel ended. So, yeah. Like I said, though, it's not the best deck, but you guys can see how it could be viable, how it could actually win, and stuff like that. Let's go over how you actually get these cards. So Junk Synchron, you guys are going to get from Stardust Nexus, the EX pack where you get Shooting Star Road. I'm assuming most people have bought this because a lot of people do have Shooting Star Road and like the whole Quasar Dragon deck and whatnot. So most people have this, but you can get multiple from Secret of the Ancients. Junk Converter, you guys are going to get from Stardust Nexus as well. I believe you only get one, so I'm not exactly sure how I got the second one. I remember, I used my Dream SR ticket on it, so that way I could build the other deck, because the other deck requires having 2 of them, I believe. I think. Now I gotta check. Man, look at what you guys are doing to me. You guys are making me mess up here. Alright, let's figure out. Did I actually use my SR ticket for it? I did. I did use an SR ticket, a Dream SR ticket for it. So there's that. You guys get sneak peeks at the future decks. But it's not long enough for you guys to do anything about it. Alright, so Junk Blader. You guys didn't get to see it in action, but it's really just there as like your base attack monster or a level 4 monster for you to be able to synchro summon with, because it gives you the extra 400 attack points, so it's easier for it to stay out onto the field. However, banishing from your graveyard isn't the best, especially with a junk deck where your graveyard is very important. So if you have Necro Valley, if you're facing off like a Gravekeeper deck, this deck does absolutely nothing. It's going to be really hard to synchro summon fast and constantly, so watch out for that. Junk Breaker, oh, I didn't even show you guys where to get Junk Blader. Junk Blader, you guys are going to get from Synchro Connection. I think this is where I got the second copy. Nope, this is not where I got the second copy of that. Okay, this is where you get the second copy of Junk Warrior though, so, you know, get this one because you're going to need the second copy. So Junk Blader, you can get, I didn't even see, could you get 1 or 2? You get 2. And then same with Junk Breaker. You get 2 Junk Breakers from here. We went over Junk Breaker. Junk Servant. Junk Servant you get from the 2 EX boxes that I've been talking about. Synchro Connection, Stardust Nexus. You get 1 from each. Or you get 2 and then 1, I believe. So, I mean, you're going to be getting both if you're building a regular Junk deck or a Stardust deck. So you guys probably already have all these cards. Junk Forward, you guys get from Synchro Connections, and then you can get more than 1 from Phantom of Rebellion. You are going to get 1 from Synchro Connections, and that's why I got mine. I haven't opened any of that the other box, so that's why I only have 1. Junk Anchor, you guys are going to get 1 from Synchro Connections and 2 from Stardust Nexus. Junk Changer, you guys are going to get from Future Horizons. Scrap Fist, you guys are going to get from Ranked Duel Ticket rewards or from Fight for the Fortune Cup Duelist Chronicles 5Ds whenever that event comes back around with this reward. I think that's where I got my 2 from. And then you guys know where to get Mirror Force, the login bonus campaign rewards if you got it back then. Lucky You, Wall of Disruption, Servants of Kings. And then for our extra deck, Junk Berserker, you guys are going to get as a random dual drop from Yusei. Junk Gardner, you guys are going to get from the Grand Prix event whenever that is a reward again, or Dual Capsule event whenever that's a reward again. Junk Warrior, you guys are going to get 1 from each, and then you could have apparently also gotten 1 from a login bonus campaign reward. Don't know why I don't have 3 copies then. It's interesting. Might have been when I took my break from Duel Links a while ago. But Junk Archer, you guys are going to get from Future Horizons. You get 1 copy from Stardust Nexus, and you get your other 2 from Future Horizons. But I don't know if I actually explained why I run 3 copies, because I like getting that banish for 1 turn. So you can do that with a super strong monster and get off 2300 attack point damage. You can do that with a monster with a certain ability and negate that ability. Whatever it is, I just find it useful. You can obviously just run 1 or 2, it doesn't really matter. You can run 1 of each of these and call it a day. You can run Stardust Assault Warrior, sure. You can run Destroyer. You can run whatever you want. You can run Catapult Warrior if you want. You can run whatever synchro monsters you want in there. These are just the ones that I had, and I had multiple copies of. So this deck is very make it your own way. It's like a hero deck basically. There's a lot of these cards, so you can mix and match. You can make it the most viable. You can make it less viable by adding some fun cards in there, like Scrap Fist. Like, you don't see Scrap Fist that often, but you can make it fun. It's the way you want to build it. And then, I'm not sure how I got the ability tuning. Yeah, I'm not sure where I got that from. Probably just like a drop. So, you know, farm Yusei if you want tuning. I'm assuming you guys already have tuning as well. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what monsters you use in your junk deck. And I'm not talking about a deck that has Stardust monsters in it. I'm talking about pure junk only. If you were to make a deck like that, what cards would you put in there? And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.